everyone! We've got a good one for you today. It's gotta be in the top 10 films that completely misunderstand themselves. And hopefully the most embarrassing thing Tad's ever purchased. It's also apparently written by Harold Ramis's testicular cancer. This is If Only. We start the film meeting our two main characters, Jennifer Love Hewitt's name-ruining Sam, and her boyfriend Ian, played by any English person. And while we see them waking up, it seems the writer was asleep during the creation of dialogue.
I'm really gonna miss you know that?
Sam, just a couple of weeks.
Which is gonna seem like an eternity, right?
An eternity. And then some.
Oof.
Oh, crap.
Ooh, you smooth talker, you.
I have to get dressed, run through my notes, rehearse my presentation.
Have a nervous breakdown, ignore your half-naked girlfriend. Give me 2 seconds.
Sam!
Just stay right there and don't move your cute British butt.
Don't tell me there's a gift.
There's a gift.
There's always a gift.
First of all, why is he annoyed by a girlfriend who buys him presents? Secondly, that whole bit was so fucking phony. If that dialogue was any more forced, a Nazi would be pushing it onto a train.
A him?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little early in the episode to reference the fucking Holocaust.
Fair enough. Anyway, she bought him a jacket just because, I guess, and then tries to seduce him even though she knows he has to go to work.
You know how important this meeting is. If it goes well, then you know what that could mean.
Ian?
Yes, Jennifer, we know you have breasts.
Apparently she was voted best chest in Hollywood.
Thanks for bringing that up. Thanks for bringing that up.
Everyone knows.
Literally everyone. You can stop now.
After you've closed the deal and knocked him dead, it would be a perfect time to step back, relax, and go to Ohio.
Sam.
I really want you to go to my mom's wedding with me. You could meet everyone. You're not coming.
I tried to free things up, but you know how hectic work's been. I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
Alright, she does know how hectic his work life is, so why is she acting so pissy that he can't come to the great state of Ohio? I mean, sure, Ohio is better than Europe, but she knows how demanding his job is, so why was she not prepared for a potential letdown?
First of all, Ohio is trash.
It is a drug-infested poverty swamp.
Secondly, why is she acting like he's dropping some sort of bombshell on her? Did he somehow manage to convince her that his hectic work life would easily fit around her plans to leave the country?
Neither side of this makes any sense, and now I hate both of them.
Agreed.
Look, already I'm sorry to let you down about Indiana.
Ohio.
Because those words are so easy to mix up.
Ready for breakfast? Bon appetit. Hey, I don't care how big this meeting is, you are going to eat.
I'm sorry, there's no time.
Whoa! Oh,
Whoa.
God. Ow, I'm such a klutz.
Klutz. A clumsy person. Someone with an inclination for stumbling, fumbling, and knocking things over. But you didn't knock it over, so you're not a klutz.
No, you grabbed hot metal with your bare hands, so you're a fucking idiot.
One day, accessing one's genetic makeup will be as easy as running a credit check. That knowledge gives us the power to alter our destiny.
No, it gives you the power to get healthy. And if you get healthy, then that was your destiny. Because it happened.
Oh, but it wouldn't have happened without that research, is what he's saying.
Yes, but if you're destined to die, then having access to genetic information wouldn't change anything. You would still die. Getting treatment for an illness is not changing your destiny. It means that you were destined to get treatment.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
Alter destiny. You believe that?
Yeah, of course I do. I'm telling you, in the next 50 years,
People are still gonna die. It's still gonna rain right after you've washed your car, and the Stones will still be touring.
First of all, he never said that his research would make anyone fucking immortal. Just that it would alter their destinies.
Which it wouldn't.
No.
So he's wrong.
Yes, but only because the writer sucks nut fungus at creating dialogue. He just meant that it would be innovative.
And that's right?
Yes, only she is wrong here.
Because of her poorly written dialogue.
No, because of her stupid, cynical logic based on not science.
So, the Stones won't be touring in 50 years?
Well, I mean, they would if we had the genetics to repair their age-damaged bodies. Which really makes that point of hers completely fucking ironic.
Oh, what about the rain comment?
Human genetics has nothing to do with rain.
Well, I'll just write that down.
You know, that stuff's out of your control. The only things you can control are your own choices.
Again, if this writer knew anything about science...
I think you might be nitpicking.
I'm just saying, you're supposed to write what you know, and apparently this writer knows an awful lot about who Sam Harris isn't.
You know, you're not quite 7 minutes into the movie. Maybe we should cut it with the banter.
Well, maybe this movie should read a fucking book!
In case we don't talk later, dinner tonight. Tantra, 7 o'clock.
Tonight, 7 o'clock. You're kidding, right?
Kidding. Not that I'm aware of.
My concert. The one I've been preparing for 3 years. Ring a bell?
Yeah. Your graduation concert. I didn't forget that. That's...
Tonight, 7 o'clock.
I'm an arse.
You're a what?
I'm an arse.
You're a nos?
I'm an arse.
Yeah, sounds like nos to me.
What's a nos?
Oh, it's English for broken compass.
Yeah, you'll have to explain that one later.
Okay.
So then they part ways and a scooterist throws his beverage at Sam.
Oh no, the stupid jug!
Watch that temper, Ian. The audience might think you care about something. On the way to his office, Ian breaks his watch in a completely phony way.
Bollocks.
What happened?
An awkward setup for a thoughtless plot point. This is when his secretary really drives home the fact that he's a shitty boyfriend who invests no effort into learning anything about his alleged love interest.
Call Tantra, push my reservation to 9, and have someone dash over to Harvey Nicks. I need a present for
For
Samantha.
Samantha's graduation concert.
How did you remember that?
I'm not sure. Could be because she told me she sent you an invitation, which is on your desk. We programmed the date into your palm. We bought an
Okay,
added
got it,
program.
got it. Thanks. Thank you. Anyway, I promised her a surprise. So, how about a sweater? Something cashmere? Red. Red's her favorite color.
She's already got one.
Huh?
A red cashmere sweater. She was wearing it last time she was here. She went on and on about how much she loved it.
Really? Where was I?
Right next to her.
This is a love story, right?
That's what the thing says. At home, Sam sees one of Ian's folders on the sofa and rushes to get it to him in time for his meeting. She heads to the hotel where his meeting is taking place because when this is your office building, a hotel conference room is clearly a step up.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
Hi, could you, please take this folder into the conference room for me? My, Mr. Wyndham's expecting it.
I'm sorry, miss, but that's against hotel policy.
Why?
Excuse me for interrupting, Mr. Wyndham.
Oh, wonderful! We get a scene where she's awkward in front of strangers and humiliates herself and her boyfriend. Let's see if it's funny.
This is for you. I just thought that you might need the exact same folder you already have.
Ha ha ha! That was all totally unnecessary! How wacky is that? Let's see how this little blunder plays out.
False alarm. Terribly sorry. I just thought, well, I just wanted to make sure he...
Okay, it's fucking terrible.
Yes, and I'm as amused as the board members.
So, move on?
Please! We then go to Sam's job where she teaches little kids to play music. Or not.
I can't do it.
Finally! Something authentic a British person would say right before an American steps in to fix things.
You are not bad. Do you know why? Because if you were bad, then that would mean that I was a bad teacher. And in fact, I am a fabulous teacher. Right? Hence, you couldn't possibly be bad.
You've got a point.
Yes. Your narcissism has convinced me that my failure is a good thing. We then cut to a pub in which Ian is talking with some friends about his ruined meeting when one of them hits on a waitress.
Excuse me, miss. I couldn't help but notice that you work here. I was just wondering what time you, knock off.
Oh, just piss off, will you?
Guys, bring it down a notch. It really wasn't that funny. Or funny at all. Anyway, they make a mess and Ian leaves, being spotted by Sam and her nameless friend as he enters a travel agency, bringing Sam to the conclusion that he's going to join her on her trip to Ohio after all. And apparently several hours later, Ian hails a taxi driven by Tom Wilkinson, and the movie starts getting stupid. Tom Wilkinson, no!
Clifton Hall, please.
Your girlfriend's a musician.
That's right.
And you're having problems with your love life.
How in the world did you know that?
Because it's a terrible fucking script.
Well, I can't seem to make her happy. How can you love someone so much and not know how to love them?
Well, you could start by paying attention to her. At all. As if you were in a relationship. With her.
But she's going away tomorrow. For 2 weeks. And she wants me to go with her.
What if she never came back?
Well, what sort of a question is that?
Well, go on, picture it. You wave goodbye at the airport, she gets on an aeroplane, you never see her again. Could you live with that?
No.
Really?
I was kidding.
Yeah, I thought so. So the cabbie is all inspirational god character or something and stops at a flower shop so Ian can take a bouquet to Sam's show. At the concert hall, Sam is still blathering about hoping Ian bought a ticket to go home with her. And I wouldn't even show it to you, except for this.
Now remember, you are the bee's knees. It's a good thing.
How fucking stupid is this woman? She doesn't know what the bee's knees means? It's not even an English thing that Americans wouldn't know. That is a common goddamn phrase. And this means that her character isn't just self-centered, self-absorbed, willing to mock children and the destroyer of careers, she's also completely intellectually inhibited. Gee whiz, I sure do hope this super likable character finds true love. After the concert, they go to dinner and the first thing we hear them say to each other is this.
It was a disaster. Dunbar passed. Trohan is pissed, and I'm screwed.
God, Ian, I'm so sorry.
Forget it.
Yes, that thing I just said about you ruining my day, just put it right out of your mind.
I love how he was so inspired by the cabbie's motivational speech that he went and bought flowers and everything, and then their dinner conversation is immediately about how she fucked up his meeting.
So, what else is going on?
Lottie has an exhibit tomorrow. Some big shot gallery, the Zinc. And I went down there this afternoon to help her.
Sounds like fun.
And now he's locked into full-on dick mode. What the fuck happened here? There must have been a scene cut that explains how he went from inspired to love freely to closed off ice cock.
I was wondering what to do, and then I met this cab driver, and we talked.
A cab driver, you
I know,
talk.
it sounds weird, but it was good, really. He made me realize that even though you and I have problems, we share a lot too. We enjoy each other, and I should appreciate that. Because underneath everything, and despite this awful day, I adore you. I guess what I'm saying is, I want to soldier on. I really do. Okay?
If you appreciate and adore this person, what the fuck was with the ass-bag behavior a minute ago? Are you unmedicated for bipolar disorder? And by the way, telling your girlfriend today was shit because of you, but you're not always this bad, so I'm willing to soldier on is not a good idea. You total fucking nos!
Seriously, what a nos.
Naturally, Sam points out that Ian is kind of the shittiest boyfriend since boyfriends began and dumps him. Ian goes after her as she gets into the same cab that he was in earlier.
In or out, my friend? It's your choice.
Thank you, ethereal taxi driver. The taxi leaves and Ian chases after it until... So yeah, Sam is dead, having slowly passed away after being mangled in a car accident. The next day, Ian wakes up clutching her lyrics book to his chest.
Read one word and I'll kill you. I was just kidding!
You're here.
Now I know what you're thinking. When did this become a ripoff of Groundhog Day?
Just now.
Oh my God.
I know! The sudden paranormal twist in the story came out of nowhere. Surprised me too.
I had a terrible nightmare, and I can't seem to get rid of it. I and you.
We?
Ugh, this stuff is fucking painful. Anyway, he plays it off as a bad dream, even though he obviously knows it wasn't, and they go through all the seemingly pointless moments from the first time, like giving him the leather jacket. But this time, most things are different. Like instead of the coffee pot, she burns her hand on a curling iron, and her shirt gets soiled by a pedestrian instead of a scooterist. Finally, the situation causes Ian to suffer a complete meltdown.
It wasn't a dream.
What?
All these things that are happening today, every single one, I already knew they would happen.
What do you mean?
The leather jacket, the burn, the Coca-Cola spilled on your sweater. I already saw or dreamt those things. I mean, some of them happened a little differently, but...
Okay, Ian, calm down.
Not only has this movie gone from half-assed romance to pseudo-psychological thriller, it's also trying to give me vertigo.
Okay. All right, let's be logical.
Right, because you do that so well.
In your dream or vision or whatever, what happens next?
You destroy my career, we break up, and you die.
Oh, on the way to my meeting, my watch cracks.
Oh, that too.
We will walk to your office together. And if your watch cracks, then we'll know that something is going on. And we'll deal with it. Okay?
Naturally, since he thinks he's seeing signs of things to come, he doesn't consider warning her about her impending doom, arrives at work with his watch intact, and then goes to his all-important meeting. He makes a fool of himself, constantly looking to see if Sam shows up to ruin things, begging the question, why didn't he tell her ahead of time that he has everything he needs? But after a few uncomfortable attempts at humor and no interruptions from his girlfriend, he wins them over completely. We then get a rehash of the pub scene, only instead of complaining, now he's celebrating his victory and telling them about his dream.
Everything is the same. It's just in a slightly different order.
Except up to that point, all of the noted events have come in the exact same order, so that's not true. Maybe he meant under slightly different circumstances, but that might be giving the writer too much credit. He stops the cue ball from breaking his glass, which would have been the first thing out of order since his watch hadn't broken, and catches a cab to leave. And what are the odds it's the same cab as last time?
You're the driver from yesterday.
Anything's possible.
Yesterday you knew certain things about me.
About your love life.
Yes.
Yeah, well, people in my profession are second only to barmen in knowing about problems of the heart.
And that, you said that exactly. So if you're the same, if this cab ride is the same, then everything else today will be the same.
Except most things happening this time are happening differently. Like the fact that you're in this cab in the morning and not at night. Which means the cab ride isn't the same, so you're defeating your own fucking point! Again with this movie's logic!
At the end of the day, my girlfriend gets into this taxi. Stops at a light. It's hit. And she... Is that gonna happen? Is it? What if she doesn't get in the cab? What if I take her out of London? Maybe if we stay in the apartment? Tell me, what can I do? There must be something I can do.
Just one thing. Appreciate her. And what you have. Just love her.
Hello, I'm apparently God in a taxi. Technically, I killed your girlfriend and am making you relive the day with no hope whatsoever of saving her. On the bright side, people are going to consider this a great romantic story. Ian then goes searching for Sam and offers her another dose of crazy.
Samantha! Samantha, thank God I found you.
God, what are you doing?
Lottie, I'm really sorry, but I have to get Samantha out of here right now.
What is with you today?
You have to trust me. Things are happening from yesterday. They're jumbled up, but they are happening again in some way. All I know is that we have to leave London immediately.
I have my concert tonight, remember?
I'll have you back in time.
Which defeats the purpose of taking you out of London in the first place, but...
You okay? You okay?
In fact, they take a train to his hometown, which we never see, and then he leads her up a fucking mountain in a fucking rainstorm. Because that's fucking safe!
So what's at the top of Ian's magical hill? Whew.
Nothing, really.
They enter a stone shack, and OMG, he lights matches like a spaz and broke his watch against the fireplace. Shit just got real, if you want.
If you had one day left, what would you do?
I'd spend it with you. Closeness. An intense closeness. It's what I've always wanted for us, and if we could have that, nothing could hurt us.
I love you.
But I'm not gonna let you in on the fact that you're going to fucking die!
Well, taking her to an isolated stone shack on a mountain in a rainstorm might not be the best time to say, by the way, today will be your last.
Well, that's true. Then they go back to London and have another talk about Sam's pop song garbage.
I don't understand why you don't let people hear your songs. What are you afraid of? Success or failure?
Yes.
Sue, how's that cheese? Delicious.
So when she's not looking, he steals her private sheet music and has it copied so he can set a social obligation trap for his girlfriend who is about to die. What do I mean by setting a social obligation trap? Well, he talks to the maestro, and after the concert, which is fucking opera, by the way. See, it's fucking opera. But then this happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was to have been the last performance of the evening, but we have a very special treat for you. Samantha Andrews, a visiting artist from America, has agreed to grace us with one of her own compositions.
The guy in charge of an undoubtedly rigorously rehearsed graduation concert has agreed to listen to some riffraff stranger and force his students to sight read a composition that they've never even heard of, and it's going on immediately after their planned finale?
Today I bet my life. You have no idea.
Oh, right! I forgot that she writes generic pop trash, which means that they voluntarily ended their night of classical opera with a Taylor Swift B-side.
All right, let's be logical.
I will fucking strangle you. After the concert, they go to dinner to pad the runtime, and then they run into the rain to catch a taxi. Because what possible inspiration could there have been to buy an umbrella today?
Obviously none.
Anyway, Ian recognizes that this is the point where she's going to die and launches into what I guess is the movie's big message?
I loved you since I met you, but I wouldn't allow myself to truly feel it until today.
Feelings are feelings even when you don't feel them.
Today, because of you, what I learned from you. Every choice I made was different, and my life has completely changed.
Wait, no, I did virtually nothing and all the results were exactly the same. I'm a fucking idiot.
And I've learned that if you do that, then you're living your life fully. It doesn't matter if you have 5 minutes or 50 years.
And I feel justified in deciding that philosophy for you, dead girl.
Samantha, if not for today, if not for you, I would never have known love at all.
Well, that's kind of a baseless assumption. And what do you know? A taxi pulls up.
Are you coming?
No.
Of course.
I'm sorry, what? And with Taxi God taking way too much pleasure in what's about to happen, they pull into traffic and...
Can't believe he's gone. I mean, why am I here and he isn't?
Because this movie makes no fucking sense. Oh, but don't worry. I'm sure you'll go to bed tonight and wake up tomorrow and it'll be to date again and you'll have 24 hours to... Or he's just dead. And then it turns into a Jennifer Love Hewitt music video for a sec and the movie's over. But yeah, he's fucking dead.
So, the hell was the point of this film?
I don't fucking know. The date repeated so that Ian could save her life. Why? And was it really to save her life? Or was it all just Taxi God's plan to murder Ian, and saving Sam's life was just a neutral side effect? Are we to assume that Sam was given a chance to save Ian's life as well? Because in that case, she must have either failed or chosen to let him die anyway, both of which seem like much more interesting stories to tell. And if she wasn't granted that opportunity, why not? I mean, if not, then it really does look like some ethereal plot to kill Ian all along, which begs the question, who was the Taxi God and why did he want Ian dead? And why does he drive a taxi anyway? And what do these two even fucking like about each other? And why the fuck is this thing called If Only? But most importantly, Tad! Why the fuck would you buy this?